Welcome to DataCatchup YouTube channel. Make sure to subscribe to this channel for more empowering data science videos. The 7 steps of machine learning. Machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence. Machine learning enhances machines with the ability to learn autonomously based on observation and analysis within a given data set without specific programming. The first step towards machine learning is 1. Gathering data. This step is very important because the quality and quantity of data that you gather will directly determine how good your predictive model can be. 2. Data preparation, where we load our data into a suitable place and prepare it for use in our machine learning training. 3. Choosing a model. The next step in our workflow is choosing a model. There are many models that researchers and data scientists have created over the years. Some are very well suited for image data, others for sequences like text or music, some for numerical data, others for text-based data. 4. Training. Now we move on to what is often considered the bulk of machine learning, the training. In this step, we use our data to incrementally improve our model's ability to predict outcome. 5. Evaluation. Once training is complete, it's time to see if the model is any good using evaluation. This is where the dataset that we set aside earlier comes into play. Evaluation allows us to test our model against data that has never been used for training. This metric allows us to see how the model might perform against data that it has not yet seen. This is meant to be representative of how the model might perform in the real world. A good rule of thumb I use for a training evaluation split somewhere on the order of 80-20 or 70-30. Much of this depends on the size of the original source dataset. If you have a lot of data, perhaps you don't need as big of a fraction for the evaluation dataset. 6. Parameter tuning. Once you've done evaluation, it's possible that you want to see if you can further improve your training in any way. We can do this by tuning our parameters. There were a few parameters we implicitly assumed when we did our training, and now is a good time to go back and test those assumptions and try other values. One example is how many times we run through the training dataset during training. What I mean by this is we can show the model our full dataset multiple times, rather than just once. This can sometimes lead to high accuracies. Another parameter is learning rate. This defines how far we shift the line during each step, based on the information from the previous training step. These values all play a role in how accurate our model can become and how long the training takes. For more complex models, initial conditions can play a significant role in determining the outcome of training. Differences can be seen depending on whether a model starts off training with values initialized to zeros versus some distribution of values, which leads to the question of which distribution to use. As you can see, there are many considerations at this phase of training, and it's important that you define what makes a model good enough. Otherwise, you might find yourself tweaking parameters for a very long time. These parameters are typically referred to as hyperparameters. The adjustment or tuning of these hyperparameters remains a bit of an art, and it's more of an experimental process that heavily depends on the specifics of your dataset, model, and training process. Once you're happy with your training and hyperparameters, guided by the evaluation step, it's time to finally use your model to do something useful. 7. Prediction. Machine learning is using data to answer questions. So prediction or inference is the step where we get to answer some questions. This is the point of all this work, where the value of machine learning is realized. Hey, if you find this video interesting, make sure to subscribe to this channel for more tech videos.